Welcome to the BAR's Rapid Review for the 2025 NCAA Collegiate Gymnastics season. There are 4 special requirements for bars. Each special requirement is worth 2/10. The 4 special requirements are: the gymnast must have 2 bar changes, 2 different flight elements, minimum of a D and a C, and that's new this year, the D and the C. The gymnast must have an element with an LA turn, a minimum of C, and the gymnast must have a C dismount preceded by a C element or a DE dismount. The C dismount preceded by a C element is also new this year. Composition has not changed. The composition deductions include a lack of variety in choice of elements and connections, a flat 05, insufficient distribution, flat 05, uncharacteristic elements, 1/10 each, and a 3/4 giant circle forward with or without grip change, 1/10 each. Another composition deduction is the up to the level, and it is a flat 1/10 deduction if the gymnast does not have a single bar release, which is a minimum of a D value part, or a release element that's an E value part, or 2 D releases or 2 E elements, excluding the dismount. In addition, the gymnast must have a D or an E dismount or a C dismount with CV bonus. There are several elements with different value parts than the code of points. The Healy elements in college are all Ds. The Stalder back to handstand elements, also with the half turn, are Ds. The Stalder forward to handstand, with or without a half turn, is a D. Stalder forward full is an E. The toe on front pike half dismount is a D. The back Stalder front tuck or pike with a half dismount is a D. And the clear support front tuck or pike with half dismount is also a D. In addition, the flyaway double full is a D, the front flyaway 1.5 is a D, front flyaway doubles an E, and the double tuck with a half is an E. You'll notice in red that some of those values have also been changed by USAG this year, so they really won't be different from college, but we just left them on the list to draw your attention and to help you remember that those values are different than they were last year. The collegiate program has 2 new element values this year. The Shaposhnikova and the Chow are both E's. Both of these elements are elements that are releases from the low bar to the high bar, and the Shaposhnikova comes from a clear hip circle, whereas the Chow comes from a Stalder backward. Both are E's. You'll want to practice your shorthand to make sure you can get the proper notation for each of the different low bar to high bar releases. The shorthand shown here is for the Maloney, which has remained the D. This is a toe on the low bar with flight to the high bar. It is still a D. And for the 2 element values that have changed, the Shaposhnikova and the Chow are shown on the right. And the Shaposh has the clear hip symbol and the Chow has the Stalder symbol. Don't forget that these elements are also eligible for the 1/10 difficulty value bonus in college. There's also a couple of new changes in terms of CV this year. The Maloney to the pack or the Maloney to an overshoot to hand will continue to be a D plus a D skill, but instead of getting 2/10 connective value, they will only get 1/10 in connective value. They'll still get the 2/10 difficulty value for the 2 D skills, but they will only get 1/10 CV instead of 2/10 CV. The same rule is in effect this year as was before, and that is that any E release element or any single bar D release element will receive 1/10 in difficulty value. Here's a few things that are easy to forget when we're making the transition from the age group programs to the collegiate programs. Special requirements are 2/10, not 5. Single bar releases get 1/10 dV bonus, and any E-release gets 1/10 dV bonus. Remember that the latter two count as dV, not as CV. This concludes the rapid review for bars.